Today, we're going to be looking at some of the most anticipated fights of 2025 that have been rumored or that we're potentially excited for. And we're going to be ranking them on this tier list from legendary all the way to just don't bother fighting. And we're going to be ranking them based on how likely we think they are to be really, really good. Obviously, all of the anticipated fights, we're excited for all of them.
We want to see all of these fights.
Exactly.
But we're talking about today on if these are going to be 10 out of 10 fights or if these are going to be snooze fests, you know? We're ranking them by how good in the ring, how entertaining these fights are going to be.
Exactly. Let's start off. We have two pretty basic ones that are coming up in January in a couple weeks. Arman versus Islam and Merab versus Umar. Let's start off with Arman versus Islam. How do we think this fight is realistically going to go?
Ooh,
how good is it going to be?
I think this fight's gonna be good.
Really?
Like I think it's gonna be high class.
It will be high level, and an Islam Makhachev fight never disappoints.
No, like they're not gonna be boring.
No,
like they're gonna be moving. There's gonna be no just laying. Like they're on the ground. They're gonna be active wrestling.
I mean, Dustin Poirier versus Islam was my fight of the year in 2024.
It was my fight of the year too. I think this probably goes into great.
I think it will be great.
Yeah.
I think it has the potential to maybe be a little bit like a stalemate on the ground sometimes. That's the only downside I see to it.
25 minutes, you know? You got to give them a couple minutes to breathe.
That's the thing. If we could have more 25-minute fights for high-level athletes, I would like that.
Yeah.
All right, and moving on to Merab versus Umar. Has the potential to be definitely worse.
Meh.
Meh?
Meh.
Yeah. I think if it's going to be an exciting fight, like it has chance to move up to good, but that's only if Umar can do something.
Yeah.
Merab does not contribute to this conversation.
No, it's strictly Umar piecing up Merab.
Exactly.
That's what's going to bring us joy.
And we haven't really seen anyone been able to do that to Merab.
Hit him with the 1-2 Dagestan.
Facts. All right, now let's get into the good stuff. We got Shavkat versus Bilal.
Ooh.
What do you think?
I don't know how this fight would play out.
Yeah, it's tough because Shavkat, typically exciting, but he wasn't exciting in his last fight. Bilal, typically not exciting. Honestly, I could see this being a very bad fight.
I could too, honestly.
Like, Shavkat could still get the win, but unless it's a finish, I don't think it would be very exciting.
Even Shavkat versus Gary, Shavkat was hurt. It was an okay fight.
Yeah.
It's okay. Like, I think this fight's going to be okay. So, is it another meh fight? I don't know if we go bad.
I think it could be bad. I'm going to be honest.
We can go there for now. If we need something bad, we'll figure it out.
Exactly. Let's say, as a rule, we have to have one fight in at least every category.
100%.
Michael Chandler versus Patty the Batty Pimblett.
First off, Michael Chandler doesn't have a boring fight.
Exactly.
Patty Pimblett doesn't have a boring and he can have a boring but he's not going to be boring in this fight.
There's no chance.
It's like, even if these guys are wrestling, like, that's going to be fun.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Patty's always looking for a submission as well. So I would say at the very least, it's going to be good.
Yeah, I don't know if this fight will be like high level enough to be like a great fight, you know? But like I think it's going to be a good fight.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. All right, let's move on. We got Alexander Volkanovski versus Ilia Topuria 2.
Oh.
Probably, like, if you had to just guess, it's probably going to play out very similarly.
Yeah.
A KO in maybe round 1, 2, 3-ish.
Oh, I don't want to see this. Don't fight.
But how good do you think the fight's actually going to be?
I think Ilya's just going to dominate. Like, the thing is with Ilya is, like, he doesn't dominate in that first round. He literally is just, like, it's like a 50-50 round, and then eventually you're up against Cage, boom, you're gone.
Exactly. It just happens all at once, it feels like.
It's literally from 0 to 100.
Yeah, well, it doesn't happen all at once because he sets you up the entire first fight, or first round, and then he gives you that opening. I think it's, like, Ilia Topuria does not have bad fights.
But I don't want.
But it doesn't matter. How good is the fight? I don't care if you don't want to see it. How good is the fight going to be?
Like a late first, early second round knockout in a close first round. I don't know, top meh.
Disappointing. Hamzat versus Dricus.
Minute submission.
Nah. It could be. It could be.
I think probably good behind Chandler and Patty.
It's either a minute submission or it's a 5-round war.
Yeah.
If it's a 5-round war, this could be legendary.
I don't see how you last 5 rounds with Chimaev. Unless Drick is just that strong.
I don't think a lot of guys can last 5 rounds with Dricus. We'll go good?
Yeah.
Okay, fine. Who is this? Diego Lopez. I'm like trying to see who's in the picture. Diego Lopez versus Movsar Evloev 2. I think this one could be great.
I think it could be great. And it also is potentially bad. It's Evloev. Got a lot of polarizing figures in this video.
Yes, we do. But Diego Lopez doesn't have a bad fight.
He strictly has entertaining fights. And if Evloev treats this like the Arnold Allen fight, entertaining.
And it's going to be a 5-round. It has to be a 5-round
And the thing is with Lopez, too, is Lopez's ground game and grappling is way better than Arnold Allen's. So if that fight was on the feet.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. All right, we're moving quickly here.
That's Stephen Thompson versus Dustin
No,
Poirier.
it's Dan Hooker.
That is... Why did you pick the oldest possible picture of Dan Hooker?
It's what I could... You want to make these tier lists?
No,
exactly.
I don't know how.
All right.
That looks like Stephen Thompson.
Dan Hooker versus Justin Gaethje. This could be legendary.
I think it goes up in legendary.
All right, for now. It's either legendary or top of great. It's going to be just a striking war. Both of them are going to be bloody. Probably ends in a KO.
Yeah.
Alex Pereira versus Tom Aspinall. How good is this fight? Obviously, it would be hype building up, but just when they're locked in the octagon, how good is the fight going to be?
Good.
Good?
Yeah, I can't see it being better than that.
Yeah. Like,
I don't think Tom has the tank to have a good fight. A great fight, you know?
Yeah, that's fair. I think it's just
I don't know. Maybe we should switch it with Volk and Ilya. It feels wrong to have... Yeah, I think that probably feels better. That feels a lot better to me.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
No, that's good.
Okay.
I was literally the one who wanted this higher. Imavov versus Izzy. I think it's just going to be a very meh fight.
Yeah, like fight night main event.
Well, here's the thing. Izzy could put on a masterclass, or it's just going to be normal Izzy.
Yeah, if Imavov beats Izzy though, it's like...
Yeah, I wouldn't be that upset, but Imavov's path to victory is just mixing it up.
Yeah.
You know, it'll be a fine fight. Like, it's not going to be bad.
No.
It's just going to be very okay.
Yeah.
I'd put this above,
I'd probably put it above Umar Marab.
Yeah, I agree.
Less chance to be a stinker.
Definitely, yeah. All right, John Jones versus Tom Aspinall.
I think this is going to be a much higher level fight than Pereira Aspinall.
100%.
I think that this probably goes into great.
I think
above Lopez.
I think... Yeah, if you're talking about just the fight, it's probably going to be great. But if the fight is good and then the buildup is also good, then it becomes...
It's legendary, but we're talking about the fight.
Exactly. All right, Makhachev versus Oliveira 2. I feel like we're going through these so fast. Is this going to be an 8-minute video?
We haven't had an 8-minute video in 4 months.
True. Makhachev versus Oliveira 2. The first fight didn't really go that long.
Fans didn't love it.
Well,
it's not what you loved. I mean,
yeah, you never love to see Oliveira get submitted. That's a weird thing to say, Oliveira getting submitted. Yeah. But if they ever fought again, obviously I got a fake poster here. How do you think this fight would go?
Makhachev probably either we get a 49-46 decision win, or we get like a 3rd or 4th round submission.
But do you not think that the way that Oliveira's been fighting in his last 2 fights, I don't think he's going to be taking as many risks.
That's true.
You know, like...
He was a little bit more conservative with Chandler, but he still gets caught so much. And Makhachev's striking is getting better and better. It's a lot better than the last time they fought.
And he's powerful. Makhachev is just a big guy.
Makhachev could put out Oliveira.
He could, yeah. I think it would, like, it can't go lower than good. Because of how high level it is.
Yeah, I think you put it ahead, probably top of good.
I would agree with that. Let's move on. Kai Kara-France versus Pantoja. Look, hot take here. I think this could be a great fight.
I do too.
Like...
Pantoja's so fun to watch, and Kai Kara-France is fun to watch too.
Yeah. And if Kai Kara-France can even stuff some of the takedowns, it's going to make for a very, very interesting fight for 5 rounds. Yeah. I'd probably put this...
back of good or top or back of great or...
Yeah, I'd go there.
Yeah.
All right.
Just because more competitive than Islam Charles, you know?
Mm-hmm, definitely. Now we got... They're half cut off, but Alex Pereira versus Magomed Ankalaev. I do think that Ankalaev is going to struggle to take him down a lot more than people are thinking.
Yeah.
I think it's going to stay on the feet more than general consensus. So is it going to be good, or what do you think?
I think that this fight it'll be good.
Yeah.
It's not going to be great. It'll probably be...
I would say probably above...
I'd say maybe above Dricus Shemaev, just because I think it'll last longer, too.
Yeah, I would agree with that. These fights have potential to end in the first round.
And people are like, oh, Ankalaev will sub Pereira in the first... No, Pereira's winning this fight.
It's not going to happen.
Do we forget who Alex Pereira is?
Shaman.
Go and watch his early fights. You can't take him down. He's so strong. Oh, yeah, grab his wrist. His just snaps those like handcuffs. Dude could probably snap a pair of handcuffs.
I wouldn't be surprised. Bilal Muhammad. Should we just move this one down? I think it needs to get moved down.
Well, no, we'll come back at the end.
Okay,
We'll revise at the end.
All right, Yuri versus Hill. I low-key think this might be legendary.
This is going to be a banger.
Like, this is either great or legendary.
Like, no way that these guys just don't throw.
I know. I do think the only issue is, like, Yuri has had amazing fights against almost everyone in his career. Even his losses are exciting.
Yeah.
Right? He's a walking highlight reel. So I think it's probably top of great.
Yeah, I like that.
Sandhagen, our boy. Everyone knows we love a good Corey
Can't stand
Sandhagen.
that guy.
Against Sean O'Malley, a striking 5'11" masterclass. What do you think?
Oh, this fight would be unreal.
Really? You think so?
I don't know if this fight would be really good.
But do you think it has the potential to have them kind of just like fainting back and forth for
like
5 rounds?
You could see a lot of point fighting, but then you'd always see like the blitz and then the back to the point fight blitz, back to the point fight blitz.
I just get bad vibes. I get really bad vibes.
It's
from
all
this.
about what like if it's close, it'll be a boring fight. But if one guy has the advantage, then they start getting into a little bit. They get that confidence, and then they're landing 2 strikes for every one that the other guy's throwing. You know.
Yeah. Is O'Malley really that much better than Sandhagen, though? Like, would he have that much of an advantage? Yeah. I don't think it'd be a great fight, but what do you think?
I think behind Patty Chandler.
Okay,
I like that spot there.
that's fair. Yeah, probably has more potential than Ank
Yeah.
versus Pereira. Now, this one,
Their last fight might be the least memorable fight of all time. I couldn't tell you the one thing that happened in their fight at 297.
no. I don't know. I don't even know how Strickland got blood on his face.
That's
Like,
CGI.
When did
AI.
that happen? I'm going to put this in Don't Fight.
Really?
Well, what else are we going to put there? Because this is going to go in bad. This has to go in Don't Fight.
You know what? Yeah. Let's do it.
We got to fill up these tiers. Last one would be the most legendary fight.
Oh, it's got to go at the top of legendary.
The highest level, peak MMA. That'd be peak MMA. Okay, so let's look through our list. Do we think Justin Gaethje and Dan Hooker still deserve the top spot up in legendary? It could go either way.
It feels weird because I feel like there's a gap between Islam and Ilya, and then Hooker and
I know.
Gaethje. I think we might have to drop them down to top of grade.
The skill gap is
That makes me feel much better.
okay.
Kind of looks like a Glock.
I like that. I think that's fair.
Yeah, I like our list. I feel good about our rankings, but the thing is, like, so many of these fights, it's like, you know, like how high's the ceiling? You know, like there's some fights on here that are lower down, but they have like a low floor. Like a fight like Pereira Aspinall could be legendary, but its floor could also be just terrible.
Exactly.
You know?
You have to balance out how great it could be
Yeah.
with how bad it could be.
Yeah.
And I think the average of that gets our best score.
Well, and you see a fight like Pereira Ankalaev. Like, I have zero faith that could be a legendary fight, but I also have zero faith that it could be a don't fight. So
True.
it's rating good.
Because, like, how bad can a Pereira fight really be?
Exactly.
Let's be
But it's
honest.
not going to be legendary because Ank, unless he just destroys Ank, kills him.
Ooh, that could be fun. That could be
Yeah.
very fun.
Or like a fight like Mike Chandler versus Paddy Pimblett could be amazing, but it could also be bad.
yeah, but if Chandler KOs Patty, it's funny. If Patty submits Chandler, it's hilarious.
Don't say that.
It would be funny.
No.
Seeing that little British Scouse boy
No.
get KO'd.
No. No.
All right.
Or like Lopez Evloev. We have it in great because, I mean, it has all the potential to be great. It could also be terrible.
yeah.
But that is going to do it for us today. Let us know what you would have put in Legendary and what would you guys have put in Don't Fight. That was a tough one. We sent Strickland and Drickus there because we don't remember the last fight, so it couldn't have been that good.
Shadow
But
Realm.
go down to those comments. Let us know what you think. While you're down there, make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
So, yeah.